First of all, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what we are going to do today. Today, I'm going to conduct your lab number 12, which is related to the introduction to HTML. HTML. As you all know, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This language is used to create websites with markup. This is a tag-based language basically. While creating your page, first of all, you have to start the tag of the introductory page is related to HTML. Then you will define the head, title, and body of that particular article. HTML is derived from a language SGML, Standard Graphics Markup Language. HTML is a computer language that is used to create documents on the World Wide Web. HTML is very simple and logical. It reads from left to right, top to bottom, and uses plain text. HTML is not a programming language, but a markup language that uses tags like this. Like this, for example, we will use the tags, opening and closing tags. This website will view and internally actually the text files that consist of HTML tags. These are basically the important tags of HTML language. After body tag, we will close the HTML tag. Okay. First of all, what is HTML tag? The HTML tag is the main tag of the entire document, which will start and end over the last instruction of your document. The head tag is basically on the portion of your document at head part. In the head part, you will define the title part. In the title part, you can have different instructions. And in the body part, you will define the content. The background color attribute is used to specify the URL or image to title as the document background. And the BG color is used to specify a color to default background. It uses the value of colors. Align. This attribute is used to specify where the page headline is to be displayed. Anchor tag is basically used to hyperlink the element. First of all, you have to start the anchor tag and then href. Href basically stands for the hyper reference of the document. BR is the break line statement. Image tag IMG is the image line text tag in which you will generate up your tag like IMG SRC, like this. IMG SRC alternate will show the text if your image will not be displayed in the particular document. This is the first example. First of all, I'm going to open up the Sublime text over here. For creating HTML document, first of all, we have to generate a HTML tag, opening and closing tabs like this. Okay. After that, we will create head portion and we will close the head portion here. In the after head portion, we will have the portion of the body. The body tag is start and the body tag will be ending over here. And in the head portion, we will have the title tag open and title tag close. This is the main formatting of our website page. The main formatting for the designing our first page in HTML. In the head part, we are having the title part over here, and in the body part, we will define any kind of content. First of all, I'm just going to save this file so that you can know how we can save an HTML file. I'm going to just display it over desktop and name this file as firstfile.html. And then we will select out all files and then save it. So look, our text have been already imported and it's becoming red over here. Now I'm going to generate up a heading H1, and in the heading I'm just going to type this is the first page of HTML website. Okay. In the title tag, we are going to display file for web. F should remain capital, and our work has been done. Control S. Now we are going to see this particular project. So I'm just opening up that file into my browser. Like this is my first file. I'm going to open with and then Firefox. So my file will be opened up over here. Let's see what is the resultant of our file. While our file is being opened, we are going to just copy out these statements also. The word text, we can generate this code into our file also. Let's see what is the output of this file. See, file for web. This is the title tab over here. Actually, I don't use Firefox normally, that's why it's popping up the window over here. File for web. This is the file. This is the first page of HTML website, and this is file for web. As we have put it down the instructions over here. The closing tab of heading 1. Okay. And now we are going to paste the instructions as we have copied from the PDF file of our resultant. Now we are going to save this. Control S and then refresh the document. And our output has been added over here. Here we will see the picture of minion because the picture is not displayed over here. Now we are going to download a picture and we are going to display the picture over here. For example, we are going to download the picture of an aeroplane. We can download any kind of picture. Just we are going to download a picture of the aeroplane and we are going to display that. And first of all, I am going to save this particular picture on the desktop. And I'm going to name it as aeroplane and save it. Now we are going to paste the link into this thing. What is the format of our picture? First of all, we have to see that. By right clicking over the picture, you can see properties. In properties, you can see that this is a JPG format. Arrow plan, and then save it, refresh the particular page. Look, this is the image have been embedded over here. Now we can set the width and height of the image. Width equals to 200 pixels and height equals to 200 pixels. We are saving this particular instruction and now we are going to refresh the document. See, our image have been resized over here. Moving forward towards our lab, the second instruction is about the list. The list item ordered list, unordered list, and definition list, definition term list, definition description list, and list. For creating any ordered or unordered list, we are having the particular format like ordered list, and then we will describe the different lists over here, and then we will just close our ordered list by closing tag. Ordered and unordered list will be like that. Like ordered list, main heading. First ordered list is basically the main heading, general aviation. After closing this particular ordered list, we have created the list again. In this list, we are going to generate a list of items what we are going to use in this particular block, so that we can create sub lists and main lists all over. Meanwhile, the table element is used to describe the table descriptions over here, alignment of the table, how you want to align the table, centered, left aligned or right aligned, width of the table, border of the table, table spacing and table fading. All the things can easily be defined. Alignment basically used to position your table on the web page. Width is basically used to specify the width of your table, not the columns. And border is basically used to identify the boundary of your table. Cell spacing is basically used to have a suitable difference between the cells. And cell padding is basically used to have a suitable difference between the cell and the boundary of the cell. The TR, TD, and TH. Basically, TR stands for the table row, TH stands for the table heading, and TD stands for the table data. Like this is an example in which we have row spans and column spans. Like first of all, we have identified a table here with a border of 1 and then cell padding and cell spacing. After that, we are having multiple foods, and this kind of table will be generated over here. We are going to run this particular code into our platform so that we can see what type of output is generated over our web page. First of all, we are just going to edit up this particular instruction over here. As this is the heading title. Okay. And the body tag is being started from here. We are just going to comment out this text, what we don't need over here. So we are going to start out a comment from here so that our text will not be disturbed. Now our text have been committed over here. This body tag is also enrolled over here so that only the table data will be displayed. This is again repeating. Now refresh our web page over here. Now see. Basically, this is the column span and row span item so that our complete 3 rows have been identified as a 1 row here. Like I'm going to open up these both windows parallelly so that you can understand it well. Table data, row span 2, column span 3, and fruit juice drinks. Like this is having 1, 2, and 3. 3 rows are basically having collapsing. Collapsing basically. Collapsing means is to make things joint. Basically, this is joining 3 columns, and this is joining 2 rows over here. And then it is categorizing the things as breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The breakfast is here, the lunch is here, and the dinner is here. These are the table headers and these are the table data. If I will convert it into the table header, then see how our result is going to be changed. Like refresh this. Now this is a simple table data, not a table heading. And if we are going to make this as table heading, now see how our data is going to change. Now let's see how our output is going to be changed. Now this is centered and this is bold, and the heading is more suitable and prominent to see from the user's perspective. I hope so that you have understood the column span and the row span. Column span is for this and row span is for the outer layer of this particular table. HTML forms. HTML have different types of forms. You can create a form over here so that you can easily understand the things. First of all, I'm going to comment out this particular instruction here so that we can perform our new file. For committing this file, first of all, I'm going to start the commit over here. Like this. Our comment is going to start like this in HTML, and here our comment is going to end over here like this. Okay, and after having this, we are going to generate form. Form in HTML is basically generated as h1 form in HTML, and after that we are going to close this particular h1 heading. Okay, entering over here. Now we are going to generate form action is going to be empty over here right now. We are not going to perform any kind of action. And in form tab, it will be form tab close. Close the form tab here. And then we are going to enter up the instructions such as input type and name. Input type is basically text. Name is name. Now we are going to display our label. The label is used to show the command what we are going to enter. For example, label open and label closing statement over here. Okay. In label open and closing, we are going to place name. In the name tab, we are going to have text file. In text file, you can have placeholder like enter your name please. Let's see what is the output in our document. Form in HTML name. Enter your name place is been placed into the placeholder tag. After that, we are going to have another attribute, another field over here, another name. For example, password. So for password, we will use input type password. We are just going to write input type password and then name password. The label will be added over here. In the label tag, we are going to write enter password. Okay, input type is password. Now let's see what is the output of this particular thing in here. This is password, and there is another block here. Okay, after that we can place BR tag so that our line is on an other format, so that it's not going to distract the output. This is not body, this is BR. Control S, refresh. Now see, our line have been changed from the first inputted thing. Okay, enter name, enter password. After that, if you want to have the image over this particular form, such as ing src equals to, then we are going to browse this particular thing. src is going to have the thing, for example, aeroplane dot jpg. So it's going to display the output of aeroplane image here with 200 pixels and height 200 pixels. Now we are going to store it and then refresh. Our image has been added over here. After that, we are going to have BR tag. Not the body tag. It's again and again adding body tag over here in the misconception. Now see, there must be more gap between these two lines. So after enter password, there should be another BR tab so that there will be a suitable distance between both tabs. Like this, you have to arrange the particular page according to your requirement. For example, we are going to have enter your name, enter password, by entering the password, you are looking at the field how our password is going to be entered, because we have entered the type password. Okay, this is just because of this. After that, we are going to make two buttons over here, login and submit. For creating login button, we are going to have input type button, name is basically btn1. After this, value is login, and close it, the tab, and submit button, input type submit, name btn2, value is submit, and then save this particular code over here. Refresh, submit and login. Submit button is having another thing. For example, this is basically disturbing because we don't have put it the inverted commas on the submit button tab. Okay, and now we are going to have a BR tab between image and the submit button so that it can make a clear sense picture here. After doing this, refresh this particular thing, and you can see that there are two tabs. Now we are going again to press the BR tab, Control S, and then refresh it. Okay, there are two buttons have been created. This is also for the HTML table, and in this particular form, it have been used a table in form. In table, these are simple labels and these are simple text files. Meanwhile, this is the table and this is the radio buttons, and then it's having two buttons. Now I'm just going to generate a tab for the radio button and for check boxes. Likewise, input type radio. Okay, in the radio button, we are going to name this value 1, and after that value 2 will be generated, such as we are just going to copy this particular statement. Closing tab will be added over here, Control C and then Control V, value 2, and then we are going to create the label over here, label gender, and we are going to close the label. After that, we are having two values as label man or male and female, such as male and female in the label tag. Label tag close, and the label tag will be closed here also. This is the value for male, and this is going to be the value for female. Okay, female and male. The label tag and should remain small capital because we are having all the tags in small letter capital. So I'm just going to format this particular thing over here. Control S. Our two tabs have been saved over here. Gender as male and female. After this, I'm going to have a BR tab so that I will have an output in a new line. Okay. Control S. Gender, male and female. And after this, I'm going to have the review button, Control X, Control V. Now let's see what is the output of this particular statement here. Refresh, Now see, there is gender as male and female. Now we are going to have submit buttons at bottom. Our copy text is going to be there. Okay, now we are going to save this and now we are going to refresh. For our female type, then we are going to have a new bar over here, such as Dia. Save this particular instruction and then refresh. Look, we are having this code here. Again, refresh it. In the gender text, I don't think so that we are going to have another PR, Control S, and then just refresh. Male tab and female tab. After that, you will have to create a logical statement over here, submit, login, reset. All the tabs will be generated by using forms, which have been described over here. The exercises will be discussed into our lab, inshallah. Then you have to perform the exercises in your labs. And then you have to just submit that labs exercises onto the LMS. Thank you so much.